what's going on, everybody? Happy Madden 27 New Year, and welcome to the Commissioner's Corner on the very first episode of AGL Live. I've been running this league for over 10 years. I've seen friendships built. I've seen people threatening to quit for whatever number of different reasons. Maybe it was because they didn't like how the power rankings came out. Maybe it was because they broke the restart rule and I had to suspend them from the playoffs and they swear I'm just picking on them. Dude, listen to me. I've kicked people out and then swear they'd never come back. And somehow, even when they want to get rid of themselves, they always come back. And that is the ebb and flow of the Any Given Login Connected Franchise League. Now, if you're expecting this to be another Madden gameplay show, you are probably in the wrong place. Because this isn't about Madden per se. Madden just happens to be where all these grown-ass men choose to lose their goddamn mind. What we're making here is, let's say, NFL Films meets Hard Knocks meets The Office.
They'll follow along.
Monkey see, monkey do.
That's it.
Monkey pee all over you.
Inside a connected franchise. Okay, so, and since I got to deal with it, I figured I might as well document it, put these cats on blast to the whole world, and maybe make a buck or two while I'm at it, you know? Money, 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 money. So, where did AGL come from? Because I promise you, we've been here. There's millions of connected franchises that get started on each version of Madden every year. But this one here has lasted the test of time, believe it or not. So, back in 2013, a handful of us started playing in connected franchise mode back in the old franchise pro league. And shout out to Shula Clone, wherever he is. I hope he's in good health. You know, that's the guy who put me on as his co-commissioner once upon a time. And I learned how to run the connected franchise from him. And then trial and error, you know, I learned on my own. And, you know, of course, things change. And, well, you know, we became Integrity Gamers Pro League for a minute. And then we became Any Given Login. And quite honestly, I don't believe any of us thought that we would still be here 12 years later playing in the same league with the same dude as the commissioner. Okay? I wish I did have a bunch of old screenshots to share with you and old standings and champions and such like that, but that's part of the reason why this podcast exists now. I'm going to be talking to y'all, the audience, okay? And I'm going to be talking about these fools, but not to them, okay? They'll just be watching the end result of their actions. This is a sports gaming documentary / reality show, okay? And it just happens to use Madden as the medium. Because basically what I got here is a bunch of grown-ass men acting like spoiled little mean girls.
So if you're from Africa, why are you white?
Now, let me explain the DNA of the show to you. There are exactly 3 stories happening simultaneously. Story number 1, the football. The games, standings, power rankings, trades. If any trades happen, you'll find out later. Playoffs, Super Bowl, you know, that's what they came to see. People want to watch people play Madden. That's what gets you in. Now, story number 2 is the league itself, the Constitution, why it even exists, rule changes, scheduling, broadcasts, owner responsibilities, the commissioner office like you're watching now. These are the things that make AGL different from other connected franchise leagues. Okay? And then story number 3 is the people, the owners, my boys. These ungrateful,
selfish son of a bitch.
You know why I call them that? Because these ain't some random Discord strangers. These are people that I've known for years. Most of them over a decade. Some of these dudes I have had a shot with. I've had a brew or 2 or 3 with. We've been out of town to make money with. This is a circle of my homeboys. So every joke is an inside joke, and every joke has a history to it. Every rivalry has a history to it. Yeah, every trade has a history if it ever takes place, because that would be history. But every meltdown on the mic, every rage quit has a history to it. And that's going to take us to chapter 2. This is why everything is changing. Like I said, I've realized something. We have spent 12 years creating memories, and none of it's been documented. So that's changing. That's why one of the requirements is to broadcast our games and live stream them. And I wanted to make them pick up the mic and, but I know most of them too scary to do that, so I didn't make it a requirement, but I will be. You probably won't hear my opponent because I don't even put my opponent volume up loud enough to where I can hear them, quite frankly. I don't even want to hear my opponent because it's a distraction. All of y'all who be playing and talking with your opponent, and I don't think you're really taking the game that seriously myself. I mean, serious Madden requires a little concentration. When you see them play in the money leagues for EA Sports, them dudes ain't talking to each other. They concentrating on what they doing. But anyway, I digress. The broadcast, the league history, simple enough. Everyone knows how and what it is. But the reason why we have to, and the point of it all, is that for years we've played these games and then they've disappeared forever. We've had a Super Bowl go to double overtime. That happened. It's gone. Crazy comebacks happen every week. Those games are gone. Game of the year candidates, gone. So starting now, we're building an archive of this league. Every broadcast is another chapter in AGL history, and that's what we're doing now, is preserving the league's history. League conference championship games, games of the week, great finishes, all of that stuff. Rule changes. Why they mad? Because the rule changes, trades, if they ever happen. And again, you'll find out about that. Podcast episodes like this here. Highlights from the games. Not because, people necessarily need them today, but because 5 years from now, somebody going to be like, yo, you remember when Mighty Boy won his first Super Bowl? Because I'm the commissioner. I've never won the Super Bowl in my own league. I got a Super Bowl in the old franchise pro league, but not in any given login. But now, when I do win my Super Bowl in the AGL, now you can actually put up the footage. Okay? And then again, I say this league has built 12 years of stories, and nobody outside the league has ever seen them. So we're going to start preserving our league's history and showing the world how we do Madden. Okay? And one of the things that we do is the power rankings. As I've added that to our chat when we advanced the league. It was something that I threw together basically because I thought it would be fun. Right? But now they have become a part of the league story. Some people celebrate them, some people hate them, and rest assured, all of them complain about it either way. If he's on it, he wasn't high enough. If he's not on it, he should have been on it. But the one thing that I need y'all to understand that they don't understand, that the power rankings are not the standings. They're content. Nothing to be taken at the final word or the gospel on video game or football. Where you stand in the power rankings don't mean you're going to win the Super Bowl. But you should see how some of these dudes act if they don't make it onto the rankings for the week. Crying shame. And that leads me to chapter 3 of what the real problem is. So check this out. You would think that after 12 years, grown-ass men would have learned how to take a loss, right? No. You lose one Madden game and then suddenly, oh, black cheating, even though I've never won a Super Bowl in my own league. Oh, the league is rigged. Man, the injury's up too high. I lost my number 3 wide receiver. You need to turn the injuries down. I'm done. I'm leaving. I'm quitting. Man, fuck this league. See y'all next season. The real problem. Grown-ass men acting like little girls over digital football. They actually be ducking each other. There are ducking accusations.
Nothing but punks. Sissified. You're scared to take an ass whipping.
Melting down over the power rankings, rage quitting, listen. They come back, and the reason they come back is because every owner in this league feels that they have a chance to win the Super Bowl that season. Because I keep it fair. I'm a no-nonsense commissioner. The champ rotates. How many of y'all have played in the league where the same one dude wins the Super Bowl every season? Can't nobody seem to beat this cat. For whatever reason, he cheats and plays. He running the YouTube tutorial of the week. I don't know, but I'm sure we have our own opinions about that. But I know that you've experienced this in other franchise leagues. Now tell me I'm lying. So, because of that very thing, right, we've adopted a set of rules and guidelines that we appropriately call the Constitution of the AGL. That's our chapter 4. The Constitution. I'm going to explain to you why the rules exist through a story, not by reading the whole document. Okay, instead of here are the rules, let me tell you why some of these rules exist. For example, one of our owners, who shall remain nameless, would mess up the entirety of the free agency pool because when he go looking for a player to add, churning the bottom of the depth chart, or somebody might be hurt, this dude goes in and signs a free agent, uses him in practice. But if he don't like him, then he cuts him and puts him back in the free agency pool. Well, the problem with that is if you, as an opposing team, and you need to make a roster move that same week, and you tried to sign that same player, you couldn't sign him because he'd be ineligible because he was on a team that week. So I had to set the limit to 4 transactions for the week to keep that from happening. We have a name for that rule. It's called the blue rule. I'll let you figure out who that is later on. And as I was saying, every rule has a story. So I just told you that story. And why something like that matters when we're talking about why connection quality matters. We're talking about internet stability versus game state integrity. Rule 8 is going to be a very big rule in the AGL this year. And I'll show y'all a screenshot here of why Rule 8 exists. You're going to have minimum speeds to participate in this league. Oh, I got good Wi-Fi. Yada 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 yada. Yeah, but you also got your Ring camera hooked up to it. Your kids are playing on their PlayStation. Your wife's watching Netflix. That signal is being drained. So I'm not going to get into the whole breakdown here, but just to let you know, we have an actual set of rules, a constitution that governs our body. And that leads us to where we're going with all of this, with the better broadcast, which leads to better accountability. You ever try to watch some of these guys broadcast and it's just constantly buffering and buffering and buffering? Yeah, so we need better accountability, better competition. Eventually, I want a league worthy of having real stakes because the culture and the infrastructure support it. I don't want this league to just survive. I want it to become one of the most respected franchise communities on YouTube. Eventually, I want enough trust, enough structure, enough personal accountability that we can start to put money on the line in our league. Not because money makes something serious. The rules and accountability is what makes something serious. And I know you're thinking, there's character in an online community. It exists. It's an anomaly, but it does happen. It all depends on, what kind of leadership you got.
Attitude reflect leadership.
What I hear the most from the fly-by-night owners that come into this league and don't make it is, how do y'all take it so seriously? Y'all not even playing for money. First of all, money doesn't necessarily make it better, especially when you don't truly know your opponent. Not meaning personally, but you don't know what kind of janky-ass Wi-Fi hotel they playing from. They might be connected to some hotel Wi-Fi and trying to play off of that and then broadcast at the same damn time. 2, because we in AGL, we play for the love of the game. These are true Madden heads here. These are everyday Madden players. We advance every 48 to 72 hours. These are not casual players that log in twice a week and watch one YouTube tutorial and think that they play Madden. Nah, bruh. These dudes I'm talking about here is hitting 1,300 plus hours time putting into any given version. Yeah. You hear the thunder roll. So let me bring it on home for you real quick, because no matter how good somebody thinks that they are in Madden, no matter how bad somebody think they may stink, J-Smooth, any given login, anybody can win, anybody can lose, and that's the whole damn point of it all. Now me, I'm going to be the constant presence trying to tie everything together in a narrative form. But the stars of this league, make no mistake about it, is my boys. These are the owners. They're rivalries. The fact that Money and 954 hate playing each other, but won't ever admit that they be ducking the hell out of each other. But when they do play, it be one of the best damn games we watched all year. the trades, if they ever happen, you know, the drama and the pursuit of going after this Super Bowl, because this league, like I said, has 12 years of stories, man, and nobody outside the league has seen them, but you're about to. That's it for now, man. Until we get to the point of playing these games, then I can actually upload the highlights, get into some of the X's and O's, maybe. We'll do some of the recurring bits like the fuck was he thinking on that one? The power ranking fallouts on the block with where we show you they're presenting some of the realest trades to the most ridiculous offers, stuff like that, you know. But first and foremost, we got to get the team set up. We got to get the divisions going. And when we set them up by legacy owner first. Then we do the need for competition within each division. So this is just the pilot. Next one will be episode 1. And one thing I'm gonna add before I let you go, before I get up out of here, is the reason why I care. People ask me this all the time. The fly-by-nights who don't make it, even my OGs who've been here with me since day one, they have asked me, why do you keep doing this? 12 years, scheduling games, writing rules, settling disputes, running the power ranking, chasing people down, chasing grown-ass men down to play a game. Why? Somewhere along the way, this stopped being just a Madden league. All right? Like I said, all of these people is my boys. We got people who have met each other on different sides of the map. We got a New Yorker that's hung out with a dude in Cali just because they met each other in this franchise league. So somewhere along the way, like I say, this stopped just being a Madden league. These became my people, bro. This is a fraternity of Madden gamers. We have watched each other get married, change jobs, become fathers, lose family members and friends, celebrate promotions. Life has happened, and somehow this league has kept us connected. They can't wait to get on and play against somebody who's been talking that shit all week. That's the heart of AGL, man. And then as soon as one of these fools loses a Madden game, suddenly I'm public enemy number 1 all over again. Yeah. I'm going to leave y'all with some highlights from last season and introduce y'all to some of the characters in the league. And watch this. Watch this now. I guarantee you I'm going to have to hear about, why you ain't put my highlight in the video, man? You should have used this one instead. That was a better highlight, like I said, bro. A bunch of little drama queens. Grown-ass little drama queens. Every last one of them.
Selfish son of a bitch.
Lee. So that's it, man. That's AGL live pilot episode. Click like and subscribe. We'll see y'all when we finish labbing up for the season and start playing these games. We don't start right away. Okay, we're a smart league, and we like to wait until the final regular season roster gets updated before the Thursday night season kickoff game. All of y'all who started your franchises yesterday, why? Because as soon as the final update come out, some of y'all gonna be hollering, oh, wait. Such and such got Brandon Ayuk. I need him on my roster. We got to start the franchise over. Tell me I'm lying. Why not just use those weeks to lab up and get ready? You know what? Hey, never mind. That's why AGL is better than your league. And I would put any one of my owners up against yours. Bet that. Any Given Live, man. Want to send a special shout out and dedication to one of our former AGL owners who passed, man. He went by the name of Strap Him Up. Buddy of mine from high school, Mr. Derek Moore. You may have heard his story that he saved a little girl from drowning at Myrtle Beach, but unfortunately he lost his life. So we want to dedicate our revamped league to our fallen brother. Love you, man. Y'all enjoy this.